Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, hello, my name is Amanda, and if you guys are returning, as always, welcome back and thank you for coming back. So I have some beautiful in and out right here, like wow, so pretty. And I have some pink lemonade. For today's video, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, but in a mukbang, don't know how you pronounce it, type of style. I've never done a video like this before, so if you guys liked this video, at the end, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It'll really help me out. And make sure to leave a comment below if you guys have ever tried In-N-Out. I'm really interested because I know not everyone has In-N-Out. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen that I posted on my story to send me some questions that you guys have about college. It could literally be about anything related to college, like community college, Davis, sororities, Greek life, literally anything. I answered some of your guys' questions and I have them here, and then I just went ahead and kind of just wrote up a list of like other little things to tell you guys and other questions that I thought would be very common or that you guys might not have thought of. Let's go ahead and get started. Gonna start with the fry. Honestly, I hate their fries. They're not my favorite. If I get their fries, I usually have to get spread, but I forgot. So the first question is, what are the pros and cons of community college and UC Davis? So I wrote a list on my iPad, so if you see me like looking down, that's why. So I guess I'll just kind of go down the list, and let's start with the pros. One of the pros is that community college is a million times cheaper than a university. Normally, okay, like for example, last year I had to take, not last year, 2 years ago, I had to take summer session at Davis, and so I took 2 classes, no, 3 classes, 2 classes? I don't really remember. But basically, I had to pay, no, I had to take out a loan. I had to take out a loan because for summer session at UC Davis, you have to pay it like upfront, basically, and you don't really get that much financial aid. But I had to take out a loan for like $4,000 just for summer session. Whereas last year, I took organic chemistry at community college instead of Davis, and it only cost me $18. And that included the parking permit. One of the other pros of community college is that they are smaller class sizes. So when you go to a big university like UC Davis, you're more than likely gonna have huge lecture halls. One of the biggest classes that I had was this past fall, and it was biochem, and it was in the new lecture halls called California Lecture Hall, which can seat like, I don't know, like 500 people or something. But majority of like my big lectures at UC Davis have been anywhere between 100 to like 400 people. It's insane. So if you guys don't like the bigger class sizes, I would definitely recommend to stray away from big universities like Davis. But if you guys don't mind it, then definitely not gonna be a con for you guys. Okay, so I have a pro for UC Davis instead of community college. I have found that at a university it is a lot easier to get internships and research positions. So I think it's because majority of professors at a university like UC Davis are there mainly for the research. I mean, a lot of them are also there because they want to teach, but a lot of them are there just for the research. It's really easy. Okay, it's not really easy, but it's easier to get research opportunities through a university like UC Davis because you are going to have not only your professor that does research, but also your TAs that do research. So you can get like so many different opportunities. All your TAs and all your classes are in different master's programs, so they're all doing like different research things. So it's really easy to just like ask your professor, your TA, literally anyone that has any connections at a university like UC Davis, and be able to get internships and research opportunities like that. Whereas I found it was a little bit harder to do that at community college. I think mainly just because majority of professors there, the ones that I've met, mainly teach like at a university and at community college like simultaneously. So I don't know, you could probably ask. It never hurts to ask, you know? One of the pros of community college is that it is way more flexible than a UC. And by that, I mean that your classes are more flexible with your schedule. So it is a lot easier to live more of like an adult life, I guess I would say, when you're in community college, because it's easier for you to work at the same time. And by that I mean that community college offers more night classes than a university does. A university will normally just have like these classes at these certain times that are normally during the day. But if you work like a 9-to-5 job every day, you can only take night classes. So the other thing with community college is that because it is cheaper, you also have the opportunity to explore more classes and explore more options. And by that I mean, if you have no idea what you want to do with your life, because who really honestly wants to know what they want to do with their life when they're 18, go to community college. Honestly, it is the best thing that you could do for yourself, because one, you're not only like saving money, but two, you're also saving money because you're not spending thousands of dollars on general ed classes that you would be taking at a university. Three, literally like community colleges offer everything from like trade school skills to computer science to like other STEM stuff to like business to literally anything that you can imagine. So you can take all the classes that you want at community college. Obviously you have to check and see if they have prerequisite classes, and you have to take those. But it is super easy for you to kind of explore your options a little bit in community college and see, like, get a feel for what you like, what you don't like. So one of the other pros to attending a CC is that you get some more time to transfer. There are two like scenarios that I can think of right now. So the first scenario would be if you have no idea where you want to go for your 4-year college, go to community college. If you have no clue what you want to study, what you want to do, where you want to experience the college life and all of that, go to community college, because then that gives you at least like a year or two to kind of have your foot in the door, see kind of like what you like, and then you can get kind of a feel for what kind of schools you'd want to apply to based on what you like and what majors they have. The other scenario would be if you'd never got into your dream school out of high school, which it happens, it's fine. Not everyone gets into their dream school, and honestly, you never know. Your dream school might not have been your dream school in the end. You never know. So you could take those 1 to 2 years at community college and raise your GPA, and you can transfer to what was your dream school, or if you have a new dream school, you can do that. So for the UCs in particular, they do something with the California community colleges called the TAG program. The TAG program, I personally did not do, but a lot of people that I know that transferred to Davis with me did the TAG program. And it's essentially this like program that you do through community college, and you have to get a certain like GPA or grade or something. I'm not 100% sure, but you have to do like certain requirements and get your GEs done, but you have to have like a certain GPA, or I don't know, it's something, I'll put it up here, but you have to have like certain requirements, and then you get like guaranteed admission to that college. So I know a lot of people did that. I don't think Berkeley does it. Majority of the other UCs should do it. So if that is a option that you were looking for, I would definitely check that out. This is another thing that was kind of more towards like people like me. So this other pro for community college is you get like another opportunity to play competitive sports. By that I mean that normally when you go to a 4-year college or university, their competitive sports are usually NCAA or NAIA, and normally for those you have to be recruited by the coach, and you have to like have rankings and all this stuff, and it's a whole process. If you don't have that and you still want to play competitively like you did in high school or in club or whatever you did in high school, like, or younger, you can always try out for the sports teams at community college. I tried out for my tennis team and I made it, and honestly my tennis team at community college was way more competitive than one in Indiana. That is definitely an option if you guys still want to. You could even use that as an opportunity to transfer and play at a 4-year too, because I know plenty of people do that. There's so many people that do that for football, for like wrestling, for like tennis, like stuff like that. If that is something that you were looking for and you really wanted to play at the college level, I would definitely check that out and make sure that your community college has the sport and the team that you want to join, and then do it that way. Okay, so I kind of touched on this a little bit, but basically the other pro that I have for community college is that you can just improve your GPA over time. When I graduated from high school, I had like a 3 it probably was like barely above a 3.0. It was like a 3.13 or something, I don't even know. And then I went to community college, and then I transferred with a 3.8. It definitely gives you like a big opportunity to raise your GPA if that is something that you're concerned about. Also, I'm not doing a good job of eating my food, So much for a mukbang. I'm sorry, I'm just like talking and not actually eating, which I do this all the time. I got a double dibble and I got it animal style. I've never gotten an animal style before, but basically animal style means that it's so in addition to standard toppings, animal style burgers include mustard fried onto each meat patty, pickles, grilled onions, and extra spread. I love that. This is so good. I could never live in a place without In-N-Out. I just realized I've been talking forever on literally the first point. I'm sorry if this is a really long video in advance. So we have a couple more pros and then we're gonna move on to the cons. These next pros are all just like pros for UC Davis, not community college. We are done with community college right now. So the next pro is that when you graduate from like UC, like UC Davis, your degree is literally from UC Davis, so that's just a pro in itself because like it'll look good to have a degree from a UC. The other thing is that there's more campus life at a UC rather than at a community college. So you're more likely to have clubs, and I mean you have clubs and other like organizations at community college as well. I just feel like such like a commuter lifestyle that people are more likely to just go to class and then go home when they're done. Like there's not really like that much of a reason to stay on campus a lot like you would at a UC. So the other thing is that you get the full college experience at a UC. So if you go to a UC or any college or university for 4 years, you obviously get the full college experience. So you get to live in the dorms your freshman year if you choose to. You got to move from freshman to sophomore to junior to transfer. You get that whole transition of moving from lower divs to upper divs instead of just like being thrown into upper divs when you transfer. The other thing is that universities and colleges have Greek life. I know that there are community colleges that have some form of Greek life, but it's more pre-professional or like honor society Greek life clubs. It's pretty much all I know. But at a university and college, if they do have Greek life on campus, you are more likely to like just have that there. At UC Davis, we have social and pre-professional sororities and fraternities. We have all of that at Davis, whereas at all of my community colleges, we did not have that. So now for the cons. So for community college, it is pretty hard to get your classes. I'm not gonna lie. I had it pretty easy because I was an athlete. Student athletes get priority registration. And at community college, that is really important because community college classes fill up so quick. Like so quick. So if you guys don't have a good registration date, it is very difficult to either get a good class time or good classes that you want. So now for a con for UC Davis, it is a huge school. Our undergraduate enrollment from 2017 to 2018 was 30,046. That's just undergrad. So if you are not a big fan of huge colleges and like huge campuses and everything like about your college being like the big college experience, you're not gonna like it. So I also feel like it's kind of a little bit harder to make friends at a community college than at a four-year. Obviously that is only from my own personal experience. Everyone has their own college experience. All of this stuff is from my own personal college experience. So I feel like it's a little bit harder to make friends at community college because like I said earlier, it's more of like a commuter lifestyle. So I've known more people that just literally go to class and then go home, or they go to class and then go to work. You don't really stay on campus. And I really only like, I made some friends in my classes, obviously. I'm not very like completely antisocial, but it was a lot easier for me to make friends because I was on the tennis team. And I feel like when you go to a place like UC Davis, like you have orientation and you have like clubs and Greek life and like all these other things that you can do to get involved and get to make friends. And I feel like at community college, there's just not that many like opportunities that arise. Like, I'm gonna keep this one really short because if I don't, I'm gonna go off. One of the cons for community college is that not all of your classes will transfer. I'm gonna leave it at that. Just double check with your advisor and double check with whatever schools you're interested in that your classes will transfer, and have emails so you have proof. I'm just gonna leave it at that. The other con, this is just like a personal con for me. I know a lot of other people, this would be more of a pro for them, but for me it's a con. I hate the quarter system. I really hate it. I do not like it at all. I think it is so rushed. I do not think that it is ideal for STEM majors, and I don't like it. I hate it. The quarter system is essentially when your school is just on a semester system, it's just 2 semesters. So it's fall and spring, and it's like 16 weeks. When you're on quarter system, it's fall, winter, and spring, and they're only 10 weeks. So usually if you're in a place with the quarter system, you're more than likely gonna have midterms starting week 2 or week 3, and then they just don't stop, and then you just cry, and then it's finals week, and then you just cry some more, and then you have like a little bit of a break, and then you cry again because then it's the next quarter. And then yeah, personally hate the quarter system. A lot of other people really like it. I feel like only the UCs do quarter system, except for Berkeley, of course. And then this could be like a pro or a con, I guess. It just kind of depends like how you see it. So you could be both like close to home for both of these options. You could be close to home for like community college. Majority of people stay at home. It's just a cheaper option. I know people that have moved out of their city and moved into their own apartment and have done community college that way. But the other thing, when you go to a university, you can literally like go anywhere in the world. You could pick a school that's close to home or a school that's far away from home. For me, UC Davis is very far away from home. It's like 7 to 8 hours driving, depending on traffic. Kind of far away from home for me. Oh my god, I've been talking. I like how I put makeup on to film this video, just to eat and wipe it off when they napkin. We're done with the pros and cons. I love this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to quit the bookstore? I already quit. I posed a question that was like a long time ago. Like a while ago. So this is before I quit the bookstore. Also, I only quit because I got a full-time job. But yes, lol, I already quit. Next question is, what made you decide on your major? My whole entire life, I've always been pre-vet, and I always wanted to go to vet school. And my first major when I went to school in Indiana was biology with an emphasis in the pre-vet track. And then when I went to community college, I changed it to kinesiology so that I could get out of there in a year. And then when I transferred to Davis, I was animal science because I figured that was like the best pre-vet major to pick. So that is how I picked my final major as animal science, and my minor is in Spanish. Best and worst memories. Like, I've had really good memories and really bad memories at every single school that I've been to. I've been to a lot, if you can tell already. So I guess I'll try and name a best and worst for each one. I would say my best for Indiana was probably like a Little 500 weekend. That weekend was so fun. It's basically like, you know, the Indy 500. So like our school would put on like our own like Little 500 race, and like people would actually build like their own go-karts, and they'd make like a little racetrack around campus and stuff. It was so cute. And you basically just like have fun the whole weekend. It's really fun. And then my worst memory there, probably the snow, and probably being in like negative degrees and like having to like skate to class. Actually, I developed a really weird skin rash in Indiana, and I think it's because my skin was not used to like living in such a cold environment. The doctors out there could not figure out what was wrong with me. They like thought I had multiple different things, and clearly never figured it out. And then I went home for Christmas break. Obviously, Southern California is a lot warmer than Indiana in December. It was like 75 degrees compared to like 10 degrees when I left. When I went home, obviously like my little like skin rash or whatever went away, and so my mom and her doctor kind of put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, I think she has like just a skin allergy to the cold. That would probably be my worst memory about Indiana, because they made me put like lice cream all over my body at night, and then in the morning I had to rinse it off every morning before class started, and it was just really cold, and yeah, it just was not fun. Community college, I don't know if I have any worst memories. I know like I just really liked community college. Community college was so chill, and I loved being on the tennis team. I met one of my best friends, Jessica, on the tennis team there. She's great. Yeah, but I don't think I really have a worst memory there. Probably just like all the times I got injured from playing tennis. Yeah, probably that. Having to be in the athletic training office literally every day. I don't know what my best memory at Davis is. I have a lot of bad memories at Davis, which obviously is not for this video. It's for another video. I really enjoyed my first internship at Davis, actually. So my very first quarter at Davis, I had an internship at the feedlot, which is like off campus, but it's basically where we have like some of our animal science labs, and it's where the pig farm is, and there's a feedlot there. and I did a quarter-long internship where basically we just bottle fed little calves, and they were so cute and I just loved them so much, and they were just so adorable. And when we would pull up the cars and you would just like see them just like running to their gates because they knew it was feeding time, and oh my god, they're so cute. But yeah, that's probably my best memory. Worst memories, probably just saw my mental breakdowns. The next question is, what made you want to join a sorority? The main reason why I joined a sorority in the first place was because I was transferring to UC Davis knowing absolutely no one. I was not on the tennis team here. I had no idea how to join a club. I had no idea. Literally, I didn't know. I've never even been to the campus before orientation. The majority of people from my high school don't go to Davis either. I figured, and like Greek life was always kind of like an interest to me. Like I was always kind of just like interested in it. Like I wasn't like always like, oh, I have to be in a sorority. I need to go to a school that has like Greek life, because obviously I didn't do that the first year. My whole main focus was always tennis. So when I was going to college, and now that my focus wasn't going to be tennis, I was like, okay, well, I kind of want to try something else and see, because I had no idea how to join club or anything. I had no freaking idea. I was so clueless. I just decided, why not just try it out, try formal recruitment, see if I make friends, see if it's like actually something that I would like. And that's what made me want to join a sorority. I literally just wanted to make friends and I just wanted to make connections. That is pretty much the only main reason why, and I am really glad that I did, because I learned a lot, and I really think that my sorority is the reason why I stayed at Davis, because honestly I would have transferred. The next question is, should you go to college in a relationship? So you guys don't know this, but you guys might know this, so you guys know me, but I went into college my freshman year in a relationship. I was with my boyfriend in high school for 4 years. He went to University of Missouri and I went to school in Indiana, and yeah, it just didn't work out. There's a lot of things that happen. Obviously, every relationship is different. I can't just say, yes, you should go into college in a relationship, or no, you should not go to college in a relationship. I'm just gonna say, do not base your college decision off your relationship. Do not do that, because you're gonna regret it. I promise you, you're going to regret it. If I had made my college decision off my relationship in high school, I probably would have just been stuck in Missouri, unhappy and miserable, because I would have been unhappy and miserable. Should you go into college in a relationship? That's kind of up to you. I can't tell you yes or no, but I would definitely say to just be very cautious of how things kind of differ your relationship when you get into college, especially if you guys are going to different colleges and if you guys are going to be doing distance. A lot of times when people get into relationships and they go to college and they're distance, or even if they're going to the same college, this still happens too. A lot of issues arise sometimes, and like new insecurities may rise and jealousy and stuff like that. So you may go into college thinking that your relationship's gonna last, and you know, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But if you truly think that you want to try it out and you want to do distance, or you want to try out being in a relationship in college, by all means go for it. That's your life, you do you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I am going to tell you to just be very careful. Don't let your relationship dictate what you do, especially your freshman year of college, or like your first time going to college, especially if you go to like a 4-year and stuff and you're doing the whole dorm experience and everything. Don't let your relationship dictate what you do and don't do. Like if you want to go to hang out with like people in the like another dorm and stuff, or if you want to go to a party, or you want to go to like a social or like something, do it. Trust me, you're gonna regret not doing it. And if your significant other has a problem with you going and making friends and trying to make connections at your new school, they have a problem. They should not be trying to dictate what you can and cannot do at your own school when you're trying to live your life and you're literally trying to get a feel for what it's going to be like when you're in college, because you're going to be in that college for 4 years, maybe more, like me. You're not going to want to be there for 4 years and not have fun and not do anything because your significant other won't let you. Like, that's not fun. That's not you living out your whole college experience. If you know your relationship's going to be like that, and if you're okay with that, then by all means you do you. I personally do not like that, and I do not think that that's very fun, and I think that everyone should experience the college experience how they want to and not how someone else wants them to. That's all I'm gonna say. Your favorite party theme? Oh man. I grandma'd out so much that I can't even remember like common party themes anymore. Oh, I know. My favorite party theme is high school stereotypes because I have my best friend's skirt from high school. I don't have mine anymore because I gave it to my ex-boyfriend's younger sister because she went to my high school after me. But I have our uniform skirt, obviously, because I went to Catholic school. Catholic school girl, high school stereotype. Yeah, it's just fun and like easy. And I don't know, I just think it's like fun. How do you manage being in a sorority in college? I literally was just questioning that today. I literally don't know how I did. So I had a job on campus. I was in a sorority, club tennis, vet aid club, pre-vet student sorority diversity club, and full-time course load. I really don't know how I did it. The best thing that you can do is do time management. I used a planner all throughout college. My planner was my best friend and Google Calendar is my best friend. I write out in Google Keep. Because Google Keep you can have connected to your Google Calendar on your desktop, and so I will write down notes for like everything that I need to do for like each day of the week. Or if I had due dates, I would put them down in my planner and I would put them down on Google Keep just so like, because it sent me reminders, and then I would put them on my Google Calendar and I would just do time block. That is how I manage my time. Obviously everyone else has their other ways of how they manage their time the best, but that is the way that I was able to do everything in college. So yeah. Is the freshman 15 real? Yes, it's very unfortunate, but it is. So I definitely got it my freshman year when I went to Indiana because you're not eating the best. You live in the dorms, so you're eating like all like residence hall food. And you know, granted at Davis they have a lot more options than they did in Indiana, but you have no idea how many times in Indiana I went into that dining hall and I would eat burgers and fries or pizza, crappy pizza at that, or pasta all the time. It was disgusting. And we didn't have like a tennis coach for like the longest time, so we didn't have like anyone telling us to like train and condition, so like I wasn't in the best shape either, even though I was literally on the NCAA tennis team. So yeah, I definitely gained a good chunk of weight when I was in Indiana, and then I lost it all. I think I legit gained like 15 pounds, 15 to 20 pounds when I went to Indiana, and then I lost it all when I went back to community college because then I started running like 10 miles every day for like my tennis warm-up, and then I gained it again when I went to Davis because I wasn't, like I said, I didn't know anything about like club sports or like how to join clubs and stuff. Like I literally had no freaking idea. So I wasn't playing tennis because I had a meal plan, because even though I transferred, I lived in transfer student housing, which are off-campus apartments for UC Davis, and I didn't really know how to cook at the time. And I really didn't think that I would have time to like be at home like cooking and making meals and stuff because I had an internship, and then I joined a sorority. I just decided to get a meal plan and just make my life a little bit easier, but because of that I also just did not eat very healthy at the dining hall. Is it hard to make friends? It just depends. It really depends. You kind of, I feel like in college you really have to put yourself more out there to make friends. It's not as easy in high school. I personally have never really made friends from classes. I've made my friends from my sorority and then fraternities, and then no, I have made friends from classes actually, now that I think about it. But yeah, I have friends from club tennis. Yeah, so it can be hard or easy, just kind of depends on what kind of person you are, but it's not impossible. How is the party scene at UC Davis? Non-existent. UC Davis is not a party school. UC Davis is not a athletic school. We are not into our sports very much. We are a very academic focused, very research driven school. The party scene, it's really died down a lot since I first got here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be completely straight up honest with you guys. The easiest way to party in Davis is to be 21 or to know someone in a fraternity. I'm not gonna lie. I know it sounds really messed up. That's literally like the only way. So the only things that I know is that there are fraternities that will host like parties at their houses, and then there's fraternities that will host exchanges. And exchanges are like specifically strictly between that fraternity and that sorority, and it's just them, or like there's other people involved. But if they have like open parties, normally they're like Facebook events, and then you have to be invited by a brother, and then you have to like be on the list, or like But sometimes also the SOS crawl will happen a couple times a year. They do an SOS crawl and they do, I think, 3 fraternity houses, and they start at 1 and then they drink there, party there, walk to the other one, drink there, party there, walk to the last one, drink there, party there. And then if you're 21 and over, you can go to the bars, but honestly, the bars aren't that great either. The only ones that there are in Davis are Ketmo-Ree, Froggies, G Street, Red 88, and Parkside. I never know when Parkside's open. Like, they're never clear because they used to be Blondies, and I don't freaking know when they're open now. Ket is ratchet. G Street is weird. Froggies, you really only go for like a blowjob shot on your birthday. And then Red 88, you go for to spin the wheel on your birthday for a 1-cent drink. Rip to Mojito Night. I'm so sorry for all you guys that never got to experience Mojito Night. There was a restaurant in downtown called Bistro 33, and every Thursday they would have mojito nights, and they would be pitchers of mojitos for like $12 or $13, and it was just such a great time, but they closed. So hopefully the bar scene will be a little bit better, but there's a lot of people that just go to Sacramento and just go to Midtown or downtown and just party there. So the next question is, why did you go to school in Indiana? Good question. I went to school in Indiana because I had a tennis scholarship. Is all the hard work worth it at the end? It may not seem like it because even I didn't think it was. I literally didn't even think that I was going to be using my degree at this point, and here I am working in a lab. So it's definitely worth it. Do you ever get homesick? No, I do not. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I miss my boyfriend, or I miss my dog, or I miss my parents, or I miss my sister, but I'm not like extremely homesick. The next one is, how do you find a good roommate? Honestly, it's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had my fair share of roommates, good and bad. Normally every college now does this, but you do like a freshman or transfer, whichever one you are, admission class of whatever, so whatever you're gonna graduate. That's one of the easiest way to find a roommate is through those Facebook groups, because you can literally just like message a bunch of people and just try and figure out if you guys would be great roommates or not. Honestly, it's kind of hard. At first you're probably not gonna have the best roommate, I'm gonna be honest with you, but you're gonna find your group of people and you're gonna find good people to live with eventually. Don't let it stress you out too much. Just make sure that you have a basic like respect for each other's like space and personal belongings, and just be like respectful of each other. That's just like the main thing that you need to worry about. If there's things that really bug you, you need to be very upfront about that with your roommate or housemate ahead of time. But yeah, so there's gonna be like small little things to be upfront about at first. Normally you fill out like a little survey thing. If you want to just like be randomly matched with someone in the dorms, you just fill out like a little thing, and they try and like pair you with like the most compatible person. But yeah, just make sure that you live with someone that you really think that you can deal with for a long time, especially because you never know how much longer we're gonna have to be in quarantine. And yeah, and we are going to end this video with this last question because I've been talking for literally forever. The last question is, how do you know which college is right for you? Honestly, you'll just know. Don't go to a school because of the name. Like, if you're going to school solely for the name or solely for the location, if you're going to school for like something very superficial about it, you're more likely not gonna like it. I would definitely go and check out the campus if you're able to. Obviously, I know that's not really possible right now, but there's a lot of schools now that are doing virtual campus tours, so that is an option that you have. I would definitely see like other people's videos. If like other people have like YouTube videos about their experience at their school, I would definitely watch those. But I would also just remember to just keep in mind that when you're watching videos like mine or like that is from their own personal experience. Everyone's experience in college is obviously going to be always different, so don't automatically think that just because someone had this type of experience somewhere that you're gonna have that same exact experience. You'll just like feel it in your gut. You'll just get like a good like gut feeling that's just like, yeah, like I'm meant to be here. I feel like it's one of those things that's just like, when you know, you know, you know, you know. Take all the factors into consideration. Take the location, take the weather, take the major classes, the size of the school, the size of the classes, the internship opportunities, the surrounding cities, the surrounding area, different ways to get involved on campus. Do they have Greek life or not? Is that something that you're really interested in? Do they have club sports course they're not. Like, you need to like really research like all the different things that you'd want in a school and narrow it down, and then just like get a feel for it, kind of just form your own opinion of the university or college that you can. You're obviously not gonna know until like you're here and you're living what is best for you, and you can always transfer. It's not illegal. You can transfer whenever you want. You really want to be in a place where you can grow and you can adapt to the new environment, and you can become a more intellectual individual and grow. And I'm gonna say this a lot, but you're really just gonna grow as a person and as an individual. You're going to this college for you. You're not going there for anyone else. You're not going there, like, you're the one experiencing it. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have for today's video. I know I rambled on and on and on and on and on and on, but it's just because I have so much experience in college because I've been in college for so long. I hope that I gave you guys some good advice. I think I did. Again, apologize if this video is really long. I realized I just started rambling, but it's just because I didn't even finish my in and out. I'm literally so sad. I'm so bad at mukbangs. I officially cannot do mukbangs. I quit. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys like this video, please, as always, give it a huge thumbs up for me. Comment down below any other questions that you guys have that I can answer for you guys. Or if you think that any of my answers were a little unclear and you want me to clarify it, please let me know down in the comments below. If you guys are going to Davis this fall, let me know. I will see you guys in next time's video. Bye guys.